Now I'm living in a hotel and I think that's it. Dealt with heartbreak a lot, let's make this quick. I don't wanna be your boyfriend anymore. I don't wanna be your boyfriend. I don't wanna be your boyfriend anymore. I don't wanna be your boyfriend. I don't wanna give you foot massages. I think your toes look like sausages. I paid your tuition to go to college, but guess who has the knowledge? It's me.
What's going on, guys? It's Slugston OSRS here, back with another video. So I know the last video ended with a little bit of controversy from yours truly. I took quite the stand against Jagex and PvP content, and I demanded that some changes be made. Well, lo and behold, I've been doing a lot of thinking overnight, and I've come up with a list here of top 10 things that I think Jagex needs to pull for the upcoming year in 2025. So without further ado, I will just jump right into it. Alright guys, coming in at number 10, I've got the gun skill. So I think it would be its own unique combat type. So there would be melee, magic, archery, and guns. And it would involve a whole rework of the smithing skill, the fletching skill, it would be involved in the thieving skill in some ways, I guess. There's just a lot of ways that we could incorporate it. There could be some interesting quests to bring it in. I have a bit of an idea where, you know, the Dorgashun, they steal a gnome glider and they crash it into Lumbridge Castle and start just a giant war there, and maybe that's how guns get introduced, but I could do a whole separate video just on that in itself, but yeah, number 10 is the gun skill. Alright, coming in at number 9. So obviously with gun being its own combat style, we would need a void armor to match. So I would propose gun helmet, and then maybe even just a void gun itself, like a weapon that you could use. You could dual wield. It could be more of a rifle that you wield with two hands, or, you know, there'd be all sorts of different types of guns you could have. This one would be the special void knight version. So then you could also wear that in place of the gloves and have some better gear on. You could have gun helmet, robe top, robe bottom, and then the gun for the weapon, and then whatever gloves imaginable. I don't know what type of gun gloves would be in the game, but that's a whole other topic. Alright, number 8 would be a skill overhaul. So we would have to change a lot of skills to add gun in. And I think that would be for the better, because a lot of this stuff is just dead content. We would have to add like stainless steel and titanium and other types of metals like Teflon materials, all that sort of stuff. So mining would change, smithing would change, crafting would change, fletching would change. Potentially there would just be another separate skill added, the gun making skill. Yeah, but everything would essentially
while I'm talking about
change,
skills, guys, I just wanted to go on a little tangent here. I know that Jagex is currently polling and talking about changing run energy and how that stuff works and whatever, and maybe I'm in the minority here, but why don't they just get rid of agility? I mean, I've done it for 20 years, and the highest level I've achieved is about 85. It's not worth it. It doesn't do anything. RS3 has the resting function. Just get rid of run energy altogether. Get rid of all of that stuff. It makes the game unfun, unplayable almost, and I'd just rather be doing other content.
Alright guys, so obviously with adding the gun skill, they're going to have to add a license to carry to the game that you'll have to take an in-game course for. So why stop there? Let's add in-game courses for other things. We could get a license to drive cars, and we could get our own motor vehicles to get us around the game quicker. That would also tie in great with the removal of agility. They could even just potentially replace it with cars or mechanics or something like that. And yeah, be fully customizable. Players would be able to express themselves more further in game through their cars. Could take other players for rides, and yeah, I think it'd be great. Alright. I know. Put your pitchforks down. I don't mean everything. I don't like RS3, and I don't want to play that game, okay? But some select few things from that game would be pretty cool in Oldschool. For example, some of the cosmetic overrides. Maybe you could have the option to have some of the new armor and weapon graphics. Some of them look pretty cool. They could add a couple of the skills like summoning, dungeoneering, divination.
archaeology. They could add some of that, just not any of the dumb ones. And then, like, the daily treasure hunter stuff is pretty cool too, because you do get lots of good rewards from that. And some of the EXP boosts are great too. It would, really cut some of the long grinds in half. But that would probably be all I would suggest to add. Coming in at number 4, guys, I have the Gun Guild. I think it would be sweet with the gun skill if we had a place to go, like a shooting range, to try out different guns and stuff. They could add some really cool NPCs in there, like Master Chief, Ratchet and Clank, Neo from the Matrix, Alexei Kuznetsov, James Bond, Mapingo Angavu. I mean, the possibilities are endless. It would just be really cool. And just seeing who Jagex could come up with to be the Guildmaster would be everything. Alright, number 3 on the items I think Jagex needs to pull is a construction cape recoloring. I don't like the colors, and I think we should change that. Alright guys, at number 2, I've got the Monkey Madness 3 quest. I think this would be the perfect way to end a lot of the lores in game. It would be a great way to introduce the gun skill, and I do have a general idea for it. It would involve Ernest the Chicken and some of the lead members of the Dorgashun teaming up together in an alliance. They are going to go steal a gnome glider and crash it into Lumbridge Castle, framing the gnomes for doing so. This will start a giant war between humans and monsters across all the land, and you as the player get to choose which side you are on. So it's a choose-your-own-adventure type thing, and the outcomes will be different depending on which side you pick, sort of like a Shield of the Arav. So that would be a requirement for it, obviously, too. You'd have to do Dragon Slayer 2, you'd have to have very high skills, and yeah. Alright, number 1, guys, is going to be the reward from Monkey Madness 3, and that is the bazooka weapon. It will be the best in slot gun weapon. It'll require, I guess, like 80 gun to use. It'll probably be about as fast as a blowpipe, because it'll shoot one big rocket, and then that one will explode, and other little rockets will then fly off of it while you're reloading your main rocket. So yeah, and it'll be so strong, so fast, and then that way too, it'll finally unlock a way to solo some of the hardest bosses in the game. You could get through General Grardor, Corporeal Beast, or any of the raids by yourself. It would unlock a whole new world for Iron Men. They could try all this content finally for themselves, and yeah, it would be... I think overall it would be a great change for the game. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you got any other ideas for me, and see you next time.